UC Santa Cruz on January 28th. And then a little bit of a Southern California swing the first weekend in February at CSUN and at the Masters University. That is in Santa Clarita. Teo Snui with 9 kills, no attack errors. He's hitting .750 in this game. Will Rotman, 6 kills, hitting .231. Stanford hitting .420 as a team. UCSB hitting just .102 as a team for this entire match. Wilcox has been terrific, hitting .312, but has not gotten that much help from the rest of his squad. Dane Chalmers, 5 kills, hitting .571, but it's been very, very tough sledding for everybody else in the Gauchos uniform. Serve line needs to be cleaned up on both sides. 26 serve errors combined for both teams. 11 for the Gauchos, 15 for the Cardinal. UCSB trying to stop a 2-game losing skid. Cardinal trying to stay undefeated. UCSB out of the Big West. Stanford, of course, in the MPSF. Intriguing to note, out of all the action involving all the MPSF teams last week, of course, BYU, Concordia, Grand Canyon, Pepperdine, UCLA, USC, and Stanford, the only team to lose a match was USC, and that came to UCSB. Found that intriguing as we are underway here in the third set. The serve from Litsky goes out of bounds, so it's 1-0 quickly in favor of the Gauchos. Jack Walmer, 16 assists so far. He actually served the match-winning point in the NCAA Championship Finals last year. That, of course, was when he was wearing a Hawaii uniform. From the back row, but UCSB with other ideas, 2-0. Hawaii should be very, very strong once again this year. In fact, the Warriors picked to win the Big West this season. UCSB picked 4th behind Hawaii, Long Beach, and UC Irvine. Out of bounds, point for the Cardinals. Hawaii, Long Beach State, UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, and then CSUN and UC San Diego. That was your Big West preseason poll. Clips the tape. Gordon keeps it in play. Quick set. Saved by Stanford. Will Rotman with a starring role in that sequence. Wilcox. Louis. Well, back and forth we went before Wilcox decided the issue. 3-1 UCSB. Maybe not the cleanest sequence for either team along the way there, but Gauchos will take it. As Ben Court wipes off the court. Ben Court, last name is spelled Coordt. So he's playing this time of day. Does that make him night court? Well, Kevin Lamp has had some terrific moments tonight. There's another one. 3-2. Lamp's 9th kill of the night. Averaged 2.28 kills per set last year. And maybe in some ways a bit overshadowed on this Cardinal squad. Certainly not within the program. Ooh, heads up. Wilcox showing no mercy, 4-2. Well, Wilcox is well known, not underrated at all the accolades that he has achieved and earned. Just out and beyond the corner. Stanford back to within 1. Teo Snooey's been terrific, especially on the offensive end of things. 9 kills, no errors on 12 swings. That's out. Wilcox back to serve. And that one lands just beyond the back line. Wilcox gave you his numbers. Let's give you the updated version now. 9 kills, 2 attack errors, hitting .368. Certainly a marked improvement from his night against the Bruins last week. 3 kills, but 4 attack errors, hitting .059 on the night. Crossed up, Court. And now it's 6-4 in favor of the Gauchos. And with that, Court goes back to serve. Will Rotman finding the opening and exploiting it, and putting the Stanford Cardinal back to within 1. We're talking to John Costi last year about Rotman, about how Will has the biggest arm on the team. There might be some competition for that this year. As that one falls, Teo Snooey, certainly with the big arm, but it was actually Ethan Hill rather, with the ace. And we're tied at 6 apiece. Lamp with a service ace against St. Francis last week. Lamp began his volleyball career at age 10, playing for a U14 club team. Grow up in a hurry. That's the situation. Clips the tape again. This time the Gauchos can play it. And that's good news for Ryan Wilcox, who hammers it down. 7-6. UCSB back on top. A whammer from Wilcox. Todorov back to serve. Hits just in front of the F in Stanford. That, of course, is well out of bounds. 7-7. Litsky. Put a bit too much on that one. Well, we've had a couple of sequences in this match where both teams have been trading serve errors. Looks like we've hit that portion of the program again here tonight. 33 combined for both teams. That was Stanford's 18th. Boy, Litsky saving that one. Chalmers. That one doinked off a support beam. Snooey met at the net. Dane Johnson taking the starring role for the Gauchos there. It's 9-7. As it came off of, remember, serves me correctly, Litsky, that ball hit one of the support beams here at Burnham Pavilion. Those are in play. Walmer serving. Scramble. And into the net. 9-8. The ball, I think, also went over on the wrong side of the antenna. So a couple of things that were probably incorrect about that play for UCSB. See John Costi at the bottom of your screen. Some instructions for Kevin Lamp. Costi's ecstatic. At least he certainly was heading into the season. He said, look, I got enough reinforcements after having such a thin roster last year. He says I can actually rest guys in practice this year. and focus a bit more on development instead of just maintenance and keeping guys alive. Down the line, but well out of bounds from Lamp. Fourth attack error of the night for Lamp. He's still hitting .278 overall, though. But that makes such a big, big difference when you have enough guys who can actually rest during practice. Guys can actually practice. You have enough to actually be able to pull it off. 10-9, UCSB still at the lead. And I like what Costi told me. He said, look, right, this year, my job is to manage the older guys and to coach the younger guys. And he certainly has a good, healthy mix of both. We've hinted at the freshmen, the youngsters. Snooey has taken top billing in that class. The reaction from Gates, and it just falls down. Gates takes that kill, and we're tied at 10. Well, that is a literal example of self-defense turning to offense. As Gates was just fighting that one off more than anything else. He keeps this one alive. Down the line and down, Will Rotman. Well, the Stanford bench, by the way, really feeling it. They were really cheering on Gates, and they were on their feet and hopping around after that point. Gates is back to serve. Rising and just getting it down. Dane Chalmers. So Dane Johnson is serving. We're tied at 11. Not anymore. Ethan Hill seeing to that. Cardinal taking a 12-11 lead. Snooey back to serve. Teo was on the under-19 national team last year. 6'8". Snooey rising from the back row. Got the touch. Yes, indeed. 13-11. Back-to-back-to-back points for the Cardinal, and 5 of the last 6. Suddenly Stanford starting to put it together a little bit. Sparked perhaps by some terrific sequences by Nathaniel Gates. Oh, both Snooey and Will Rotman converge. They're both okay. Gauchos get the point. And that's just picture-perfect placement there from UCSB. Chalmers with another kill. He's got 7 tonight. Ryan Wilcox has 10. And he's serving. Heads up, Louis. That's out of bounds. The point for the Gauchos ties to the 13. Well, no area of the floor and maybe even some areas of the stands are not safe from the reach of Justin Louis. He had to go into the second row. Cardinal retake the lead. We had one play last week against St. Francis down at Maples in which he tracked the ball down beyond the Stanford logo, beyond the back line. And then turned around and got the unorthodox kill as well. Meanwhile, that one well out of bounds. Stanford up by 2. 15-13. Our third set, Stanford took the first 2, if you're just joining us. 25-16, then 26-24. Great to have you with us here on Pac-12.com. Troy Clarity, cameraman Sam, and the rest of our terrific crew. Well, it was just a whistler from Will Cox. A whammer, a whistler. How much further alliteration can I get from Will Cox tonight? I'm kind of intrigued to find out. I've already got some response from my night court comment earlier in the evening. Sorry, folks, couldn't resist. Speaking of court, he's back to serve. Ben Court. Litsky tried to make the Gauchos pay. Instead, Stanford gets it done at the net. Hill and Rotman doing what they do. Stanford up 16-14. Aiden Peters coming in to serve. Good crowd here on hand at Burnham. Good raucous crowd, too. That's a terrific point by Todorov. The All-American honorable mention from last year, showing why, and putting the Gauchos to back within 1. And Todorov going back to serve. He had 9 total blocks against Pepperdine last year. (17-15). And now Nathan Litsky's back to serve. To Will Rotman, got it down. 18-15. And Rotman with his 9th kill tonight. Timeout UCSB. Stanford ahead 18-15 in the third set. They are ahead in the match 2-0. We'll keep it here. Teo Snooey and Kevin Lamp each in double digits in the kills category. Snooey with 11 and Kevin Lamp with 10. Rotman with 9. Each of those guys hitting at least 316. Lamp hitting 316, Rotman 333, and Teo Snooey, masterful, hitting 667, but fueled a bit by the engine room of the squad as well. Justin Louis with a couple of terrific plays. Nathaniel Gates with some fantastic work earlier in this set in particular. So Stanford able to put it all together, but UCSB still hanging in there. This is still very much anyone's set as the Gauchos try to extend it to a 4th set, while the Cardinal hope to be breaking out the brooms by the time it's all said and done here. By the way, this is the start of a long road trip overall for the UCSB Gauchos. They'll finish up this set against, or this series, I should say, against Stanford tomorrow up here at Maples Pavilion. Then at USC and at UCLA next week. At Pepperdine on February the 1st before they host the Waves on February 3rd. So the first of 5 straight road matches for UCSB before they get Big West play going on March 3rd against UC San Diego. Keep an eye out for that series against Hawaii. That'll be played at UCSB on March 31st and on April the 1st. Stanford begins MPSF play mid-February, February 17th as a matter of fact. Pepperdine. Back to action here Litsky serving. Well, Chalmers has been able to find ways to score, but can't quite find one there. 19-15. Stanford with its biggest lead of this set. Litsky serving again. Wilcox, no serve. Nathaniel Gates. And Stanford starting to establish perhaps complete control of this set. Gates, by the way, with 5 total blocks this evening. And he's feeling it. Gates and Snooey. 21-15. And whatever Rick McLaughlin told his Gauchos in that last timeout, it didn't work. Stanford is now on a 5-0 run. And they lead the Gauchos 21-15. Largest run by either team so far in this match. Stanford had a couple of 4-0 runs in the first set. Second set was much more tightly contested, but right now, Cardinal trying to hit the afterburners and close out a win over UC Santa Barbara. And look, still early going. Still a lot of volleyball left to be played for both of these squads. But certainly if Stanford is able to hang on and maintain this result and then do it again tomorrow, don't forget, Cardinal versus the Gauchos once again on Saturday. And Stanford, I'm sure, would have to like its start to its season before they get on a plane and head down to Austin, Texas, with Penn State looming as part of that event next weekend. We mentioned earlier that Stanford's MPSF opener is February 17th against Pepperdine. Their match against the Wave the next day will be seen on Pac-12 Bay Area, by the way. And both the matches down in Southern California later on in February against USC, also on the Pac-12 network. Pac-12 LA on February 24th, and on the entire Pac-12 network on February 26th. Well, the Cardinal getting a little TV time. Getting a little streaming time here tonight on pac-12.com. Chalmers, Rotman with the save. Well out of bounds off of Lamp. And the Gauchos had been staggering. They're still on their feet. That point for them certainly helps. They're still within it, 21-16. Well, Will Rotman feeling it, and he smells it too. It's like a shark circling. And now he's back to serve. Quick serve, out of bounds. 23-16. Good quick set, but Dane Johnson a bit too strong. Will Rotman serving again. And the two-hand push by Wilcox. Well, we've seen the complete array of attack options from that guy tonight. Wilcox has been super impressive. And again, that's coming off of a night in which he really struggled against UCLA last week, hitting minus 059 against the Bruins. Tonight he's been superb. to court. Rejected. Match point. Everybody up at Burnham Pavilion. Gate serving. Down the line and the point for the Gauchos. Court keeps UCSB in it. Justin Louis back in for the Cardinal. And Sam Collins back in for the Gauchos. He's serving. Kevin Lamp lights up the crowd here at Burnham Pavilion and puts an emphatic finish